I don't know, ever since I played it the first time, when I moved to Florida, it was just something about it, it had my name written all over it.
And Calvin's having to turn on the Jets for this one.
Julian Calvin's goes to his right, goes to his left.
Calvin's making it look too easy, making defenders miss left and right.
Throws a bomb to the wide open man.
He throws up the deuces for the 6 for West Orange, making the Tigers roar here with the easy touchdown for Jones.
But when did you actually know that something was different about Julian in playing sports?
When did I know? I think it was actually when we moved here from California, and originally we tried to go to Ocoee Bulldogs. I think that's the Pop Warner team in Ocoee, and they didn't have any room. But as soon as we got off the plane, and he was ready to play, like literally ready to play. And I think it was because, you know, he got turned down from Ocoee, and then we tried to call AAU, and they turned him down there, and Winter Garden gave him an opportunity. So we knew, oh, you know, maybe he really does want to play football. Winter Garden, they had the Wildcats, and they had openings. So we went out there and we took him, and literally that first tryout, as soon as we were literally maybe 12 hours off the plane, he tackled someone, and we were like, oh, where did that come from?
Coming in at quarterback, freshman Julian Calvez.
I remember, you know, you were a freshman and you were going against arguably the best team in the area at the time in Wekiva High School, and they were definitely making a stance in Orlando as being the best team. And then all of a sudden, this 14-year-old kid comes in, first game as a West Orange Warrior, thrown into a starting role, and you going out there and then ended up winning the game. And West Orange made the biggest upset and the biggest noise your freshman year.
Put in a tough situation, you know, game on the line, and they came in and rallied, you know.
I just think my O-line is the one that kept me in, and the defense did good as well. I was just thankful that I had the opportunity to do that. And it's all because of Elijah Stemmer and Coach Mitchell that I have the opportunity to do this, because they prepare me every day for this.
Had a perfect week of practice, came out the game, started off slow, and then we ended up coming victorious in the end. But I feel like that's everything with preparation. Perfect practice made perfect. So it was just crazy, just me being 14 going against those 18, 18-year-old guys. It was so shocking. This is like idols turn rivals. So, but yeah, that was amazing. That was the best feeling. It was the best feeling ever.
After that experience, you actually now became a known name in Orlando, and then all of a sudden you ended up finishing the year, starting, and then going into your sophomore year. I'll never forget going to the spring game against Bishop Moore. You know, you were finally the starting quarterback at West Orange, and all of a sudden, you know, you score 5 touchdowns in your sophomore year campaign in the spring, and I'm like, who in the world, where did this come from?
That Bishop Moore game, that was another great week of preparation. We came out to the game. They told us it was going to be a hard game. It was expected to be packed. And then, I don't know, we had a great game plan. Coach Brown came out with a great game plan and came out with the dub. It was just, that season was just going to be so special.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, I was building on the lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. Working on the plot and the scheme. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. Yes, sir! I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. The memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. We put the bars in the brakes. I'm talking one chance at best, yes. Painting pictures for the culture, keep the brushes fresh. Flip the cover with the drummer, passion never rests. Freedom is a teacher under pressure, now we blessed. See, I was so good for the goal. There's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, there's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
This is Sports Thread. And this is the new free Sports Thread app, changing recruiting forever.
Once again, here we go. Know the name, know the flow.
The first social network made for athletes, where you can show your talent.
Thought I was weak, huh? You ain't see the work I put in all week, huh?
And where you can be seen by athletes, fans, and coaches nationwide. Upload all your stats to the app. Get exposure to college coaches. Get clout. And get certified with a check mark that will change your life. Join the squad. Download the Sports Thread app today. Sports Thread, it's always free.
I'm Angel Crowson, and I'm with the A-Team of Charles Ruttenberg Realty. We're located in delightful downtown DeLand, and we service all of Central Florida. Our team is here to serve you for all of your real estate needs, whether you're buying, selling, or looking to invest. There is no time like the present to sell your existing home and buy your new one with the A-Team. Call me, Angel Crowson, so the A-Team can deliver your dream today.
Statewide coverage from the Panhandle to Central Florida to Broward and Miami-Dade, down to the Keys. All 22 sports, from football, girls and boys basketball, softball, soccer, lacrosse, baseball, even swimming and track. Shows and live streaming broadcasts on various spectrums. Roku, Apple TV, Fire Stick, and on demand. 24/7, 7 days a week, only on BSN.
The best part of my job is helping people realize not only their dreams, but also their potential. My name is Dan LaForest, and I am a wealth advisor with Security Financial Management. No matter how good you may be at a skill, it's always important to have a coach to help you refine those skills and game plan for the next challenge. Helping clients realize the process will give them the confidence of knowing that we have taken the appropriate steps to protect themselves and their families.
But I want to bring you back to your sophomore year on September 27, 2019. West Orange is playing Lake Mary. The game had just started, and I looked at my phone, and your mom's calling me. You know, I didn't know what to expect. I'm assuming you guys probably are either at that point dominating, or I just don't know what the phone call was. Again, she's never called me in the middle of a game, so I pick up the phone, and she's a little frantic, and I'm like, what's going on? And she was like, pray for Julian.
I knew everyone was going to put their heart out on the field no matter what. So, as a mom, as a football mom, just like all the other football moms, we always pray for our kids right before they go on the field. I pray for safety. I pray for them to have a competitive spirit. I pray for no injuries for anybody on the field. And if they win, they win. If they lose, they lose.
We have an RPO call, and I pull the ball to throw it, but then the linebacker jumps out. So by the time I start running, since it's still like the O-line still run blocking, the D lineman cut through.
My first thought was like, oh, okay, he'll get back up. He normally kind of just bounces back up. He maybe hurt himself or twisted an ankle. But after a few minutes, and a few minutes turned into 20 minutes and 30 minutes, we realized that it was, possibly something bigger that was happening on the field.
I was just thinking like I couldn't move my right arm off the ground, like it would just felt like it was just stuck to the ground.
He was just saying he couldn't move his neck. Nothing was moving. Upper body was moving.
Just me looking up at the lights, all I could see was just the bright lights. And I was just wondering like what was going on. I never felt this type of pain before. I can't get up. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, what's going on? Like I have no clue what's going on. They were just like, just don't move. You can't move right now. And my arm was just stuck, and they had to come get me on the ambulance.
They were down on one knee, and everyone was super supportive. They came over and gave me a big hug. The principal, the assistant principal, they said everything's gonna be okay. Don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. And Julian put up thumbs up, and the crowd was cheering for him.
Statewide coverage from the Panhandle to Central Florida to Broward and Miami-Dade, down to the Keys. All 22 sports, from football, girls and boys basketball, softball, soccer, lacrosse, baseball, even swimming and track. Shows and live streaming broadcasts on various spectrums. Roku, Apple TV, Fire Stick, and on demand. 24/7, 7 days a week. Only on BSN.
I'm Angel Crowson, and I'm with the A-Team of Charles Ruttenberg Realty. We're located in delightful downtown DeLand, and we service all of Central Florida. Our team is here to serve you for all of your real estate needs, whether you're buying, selling, or looking to invest. There is no time like the present to sell your existing home and buy your new one with the A-Team. Call me, Angel Crowson, so the A-Team can deliver your dream today.
Verses coming daily under pressure. Working on the plot and the scheme. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. The priest free. Yes, sir! I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. The memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. We put the balls in the place. I'm talking one chance at best, yes. Painting pictures for the culture, keep the brushes fresh. Flip the cover, work the drummer, passion never rests. Freedom is our teacher under pressure, now we blessed. See, I was so good for the goal. There's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, it's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
The best part of my job is helping people realize not only their dreams, but also their potential. My name is Dan LaForest, and I am a wealth advisor with Security Financial Management. No matter how good you may be at a skill, it's always important to have a coach to help you refine those skills and game plan for the next challenge. Helping clients realize the process will give them the confidence of knowing that we have taken the appropriate steps to protect themselves and their families.
The first mom that I saw leaving the field was Jaden's mom, and she just said, Felicia, let's pray. So she took me to the side and we prayed for him. As the ambulance went away, they took him to I believe it was Health Central in Ocoee, and we prayed for about 10 minutes. Berlina, which is Matthew's mom, came over. She prayed with me as well, and a few other moms did too, and just told me everything's gonna be okay, and we're here for you, whatever you need, and we're here for Julian, whatever you need.
And on the way to the hospital, I was just so scared because I just didn't know what was going on. They wouldn't tell me anything, and then when we got to the hospital, some of my teammates came and visited me.
The game when he got hurt, it was just a heartbreak at the moment. I wanted to break down, but we had to keep playing for him. Ended up with the dub.
I remember when he got hurt, Birds Lake Mary, and we came to see him in the hospital. He got hurt in the first it was either the first, second drive of the game. It was dang. So we came in, and I was that ended up being my best game. My best game. So I came back. He was off the whatever, what they give you in the hospital when you hurt and stuff. He was off all that. He was I was bro, I just went off 100 yards and a touchdown. He was bro, you went off for 100 yards and a touchdown and all that stuff. And it was cool, we came to check on him and stuff. And he was supporting me. He was supporting me even though he was in the hospital today. So we went out there and won the game for him and stuff. And now, I always remember that because that's just, they don't really matter through thick and thin type thing that can be out.
That's awesome.
I always throw my blessings up and, just thank God that it was nothing more serious, that rehab couldn't recover, or he couldn't recover from the rehab. The good news is that, he's strong and he's, I don't want to use the word brave, but he's ready for it. Or like mentally, he's ready to understand that, you know, those hits are going to come. And I think that mental aspect, just knowing that, it puts him in a different mindset when you're on the field.
And it was just very scary. They had put me on some pain medicine. That was scary that whole night. It was just, I don't know. I feel like that moment right there could have changed my life in so many different ways.
We always tell both of the kids that they have the physical ability. I think a lot of kids have the physical ability because you can train. Your feet work, throwing, agility, whatever it is. You can always have the physical capabilities. But what really sets kids apart and even adults is kind of like that mental piece.
And then an article came out that I read right after the game that said, you know, it wasn't as severe. Like Julian's Calvez's injury wasn't as severe. He's looking for a comeback, right? And you tweeted something out on Twitter saying your comeback's going to be more powerful.
I just wanted to get back on the field so bad with my guys. I was going to rehab strong. And then we played Okoye, and I tried to play. I couldn't even throw the ball past 15, 20 yards. And after Okoye, we played Jones, and that was just the end of the season. It was just a long season.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go. Yeah, I was building on the lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. Working on applying the scheme. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. The freeze. Yes, sir. I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. The memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. We put the bars in the place. I'm talking one chance at best, yes. Painting pictures for the culture, keep the brushes fresh. Flip the cover, work the drummer, passion never rests. Freedom is our teacher under pressure, now we blessed. See, I was so good for the goal. There's one shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah. It's one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
The best part of my job is helping people realize not only their dreams, but also their potential. My name is Dan LaForest, and I am a wealth advisor with Security Financial Management. No matter how good you may be at a skill, it's always important to have a coach to help you refine those skills and game plan for the next challenge. Helping clients realize the process will give them the confidence of knowing that we have taken the appropriate steps to protect themselves and their families.
Statewide coverage from the Panhandle to Central Florida to Broward and Miami-Dade, down to the Keys. All 22 sports, from football, girls and boys basketball, softball, soccer, lacrosse, baseball, even swimming and track. Shows and live streaming broadcasts on various spectrums. Roku, Apple TV, Fire Stick, and on demand. 24/7, 7 days a week, only on BSN.
I'm Angel Crowson, and I'm with the A-Team of Charles Ruttenberg Realty. We're located in delightful downtown DeLand, and we service all of Central Florida. Our team is here to serve you for all of your real estate needs, whether you're buying, selling, or looking to invest. There is no time like the present to sell your existing home and buy your new one with the A-Team. Call me, Angel Crowson, so the A-Team can deliver your dream today.
What was it like? How did you get back to normal strength and feel comfortable going into your junior year? And how did you get back to full go?
Really, it was just hard work and work ethic, to be honest. Just when nobody was watching, just making sure I was doing the right thing. I just feel like I just got to be different from everybody else. I work out different, I eat different, I look different, I act different, I sound different. I just want to be different from everybody else because I'm in my own lane doing my own thing. I feel like if I'm in my own lane, you can't stop me because you don't know what's coming next.
What was kind of the process of your decision of becoming a transfer to Jones?
It was just me knowing I could be the better version of myself at Jones. Just knowing what coach what was gonna put me through as a man, as a mentor, as a football player in general. I knew what Coach was gonna put me through. I know what guys around me, the atmosphere I was in. I know what it was gonna bring out of me. I just felt like it was just the right move at the right time. Yeah.
How was that from your perspective as a mother going through that process?
In the back of my mind, I was hoping like, you know, both of the kids are gonna go to West Orange. Like, thank God, you know, like I went to West Orange. I'm good. You know, they'll be at West Orange. When the opportunity came for him to transition to another school, it was in that moment that we knew he wanted to take his future into his own hands, which was good for us to see him stepping up into, I guess, his youth or maybe his young adult life where he wanted to actually do something versus us telling him the opportunity, the transition for him to move is something that he wanted to do, and he told us he had to do it in order for him to kind of get better. I feel like, you know, we always say this in the house, in order to be the best, you got to play the best, and sometimes you got to play with the best, and you got to compete with the best, and it's then you're going to find out who you are and if you're able to come through that.
I was a little sad. I didn't want to go to high school with him, and we always like talked about it.
Yeah.
Going to high school, but I mean, at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for yourself. So him going to Jones was good for him. So I'm gonna support him no matter what. And it was just sad to see him there, but also understanding. And it's always just good to like see your brother doing good. And
even outside of football, we was always hanging out and stuff, and then it was like it's someone I had to like get better with, like growing up and coming up through West Orange is like, okay, we're gonna get better together, so we'll go work. It was always just trying to find some work, trying to find some way to get better, find some way to put it in and stuff, and find some way to prove people wrong who was doubting us, that kind of thing. We would just like instill that faith in each other that we're gonna do it. So it didn't really matter to me where he went. He was always gonna be our boy.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, I was building on the lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. Working on the plot and the scheme. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. The freeze. Yes, sir! I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. The memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. We put the balls in the place. I'm talking one chance at best, yes. Painting pictures for the culture, keep the brushes fresh. Flip the cover, work the drummer, passion never rests. Freedom is our teacher under pressure, now we blessed. See, I was so good for the goal. There's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah. It's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
I'm Angel Crowson, and I'm with the A-Team of Charles Ruttenberg Realty. We're located in delightful downtown DeLand, and we service all of Central Florida. Our team is here to serve you for all of your real estate needs, whether you're buying, selling, or looking to invest. There is no time like the present to sell your existing home and buy your new one with the A-Team. Call me, Angel Crowson, so the A-Team can deliver your dream today.
Statewide coverage from the Panhandle to Central Florida to Broward and Miami-Dade, down to the Keys. All 22 sports, from football, girls and boys basketball, softball, soccer, lacrosse, baseball, even swimming and track. Shows and live streaming broadcasts on various spectrums. Roku, Apple TV, Fire Stick, and on demand. 24/7, 7 days a week, only on BSN.
The best part of my job is helping people realize not only their dreams, but also their potential. My name is Dan LaForest, and I am a wealth advisor with Security Financial Management. No matter how good you may be at a skill, it's always important to have a coach to help you refine those skills and game plan for the next challenge. Helping clients realize the process will give them the confidence of knowing that we have taken the appropriate steps to protect themselves and their families.
You were already the starting quarterback at West Orange. Now you're going into a role where a guy had just took Jones to the state championship the year before, knowing, hey, I got to compete now. Like you said, you want to be in a position where you're around the best. How is that going to look for Julian going into your junior year, being in the backup role, actually competing to start because you have the opportunity to start? How was that like with Tyson?
I feel like it just brought a different side out of me. Not more as a vocal guy, but a guy that sits back and just thinks and works. But it's just how it's gonna be in college. You're gonna always have people in front of you in college. You're gonna have people coming in, transfers coming in, red shirts coming in. So I always imagined me being a starter, but me taking that role, that step back, I just changed my role and just changed my different mindset on everything. And I feel like that affects me as a leader today.
You being thrown into different scenarios. I know Lake Nona, I covered that game where you guys beat Lake Nona. You ended up becoming the player of the game that game where you scored 3 touchdowns. I think 4 in total, and a blowout win against Lake Nona, which is funny because that's my wife's school. Some of the opportunities that you did get to play in last year at Jones and learning and developing over the course of that entire junior year.
So for me, it was just a lot of long nights. Some tears were shed always after the game. That whole year was more of a learning experience, just for everything in general. It just made me become a better man. I feel like just taking a step back, just from all the stuff, and just watching my teammates work and just being more of a cheerleader for the team.
And that was kind of humbling, wasn't it? I mean,
Yes,
you went from being a starting guy at West Orange to now, again, you're in that backup role, but you, again, had some success.
Looking at it now, I feel like it was honestly the best decision that he could have ever made. Hands down, I can't think of any other decision that has been more impactful for his life right now. He needed our support, so we needed to be there for him.
Regardless of how it all transpired, that was probably one of the coolest moments, knowing why you left West Orange, the opportunity to play at a high level, be coached by one of the greatest coaches, if not the greatest coaches in my life, other than my dad, and Elijah Williams. Yes, sir. Now him having the platform to get college, interacting with you, sending guys, 1 year, his first year at Jones, he sent 34 kids to college. That's going to be a county record, probably a state record in history, right? So he sent me to USF. I got to play Division I because of him, solely because of his relationships and him knowing contacts. And now seeing you blowing up, have offers from FAU, Arkansas, FIU, just to name a couple, Liberty, right? So you're on a stage now, 3-star, from 24/7. You're on this platform that everybody's looking at. Now you're the guy. And lo and behold, the first game you play against is your former team, West Orange.